One time, I packed up for a trip with my 3 best friends in the entire world. Where are we going? We're going to Italy, and my golly, are we excited! We're starting our Italian dream in Rome. Rome is just amazing because as you walk down any seemingly ordinary street, you may just run across a building built 700 years ago. Once we arrived in Rome, it was straight to business. The most stylish of my 3 best friends and I participated in an outfit change before taking a quick stroll to the Pantheon, which is the largest concrete dome in the entire world. Luckily, I came equipped with a personal tour guide. Next, we headed to Piazza Navona to explore, but this exploration was of Italian cuisine. After a long day, though, of traveling, my sister and mom headed home, which basically forced my dad and I to get an Aperol Spritz and berry fizz. The next day started with a classic Italian breakfast of a croissant and cappuccino. Unfortunately, us Americans surely love our iced coffee, so we got the cappuccinos iced. In Rome, we were never able to use the restroom for free, but we could get free water refills at random Roman fountains. With loaded water bottles, we headed to explore the Colosseum and surrounding structures. We even got to roam the same streets as Mr. Caesar. Now we headed to investigate Rome and see what this place has to offer, if you will. We grabbed drinks, which were usually coffee unless you were my dad, then you got a Negroni. We even explored our way to the Spanish Steps and visited the Trevi Fountain, with only about 500,000 other people. Well, walking will make you hungry. We're thinking the same thing. We sat down for dinner at a pasta restaurant that freshly makes their noodles on display for all customers, cooked perfectly al dente. On day 3, I got to pick breakfast, and when I picked breakfast, we got to sit before walking these 25,000 steps we had ahead of us. I'm not kidding. We went to a morning market after where my father was sucked into buying a limoncello bottle. Then we got to explore the Trastevere, where we were able to see more lovely churches, more sweet Italian streets, and see the Tiber River. To continue our exploration, my father led us to a fountain with 500,000 less people than Trevi Fountain. The only problem here was oncoming traffic that we had to cross to see the fountain that could just ram you at any second. This trek up the hill created 4 hungry monsters. So my dad and I grabbed some quick sandwiches, but Piper was left distressed that I took the last turkey sandwich, so she and my mom had to split some Parmesan-less spaghetti. Now is the time for the night of our lives. My parents' 25th wedding anniversary. Wine for the table, please. Am I right? We topped the night off with gelato before heading to bed at a late 9:30. Day 4, we walked ourselves to a whole different country, the Vatican. Vatican City is the smallest country in the whole world, all within Rome. Once we entered the Vatican, we were in a whole new world of paintings and extremely beautiful rooms. Ever heard of the Sistine Chapel? How about St. Peter's Basilica? Those busters are within inside the Vatican. After our final steps in Vatican City, we explored the surrounding Rome area. Piper and I got matching Italia shirts, which are totally not trendy. Yet again, the Spanish Steps found us, and we climbed those precious 135 steps. We were all thinking we had not walked enough, so we walked to the luscious Villa Borghese Gardens. We did not get to see the museum, but we did stumble upon horse show jumping. Then we sat in preparation to wake up early the next morning and arrive at the train station 3 hours before our train would arrive. To put things into perspective, we did not find out our train gate number until we had been waiting for 2 hours. We arrived in Florence and immediately went to the Uffizi Museum to see artwork and sculptures from ancient Roman history. And then to finish our first night in Florence, we got drinks at Corona Cafe, where we met the DJ of our dreams. We miss you, DJ Eck. Our plans for day 6 were to climb the Duomo. Imagine you climb the bell tower next to it first, amazing sights by the way, and then you go to climb the Duomo, but you get in the wrong line several times, and they're really long, so someday we'll climb the Duomo. It just wouldn't be this day, I guess. Moving on, we explored some more and then went to lunch at a food market where my dad got the meat of his dreams. And of course, now we need aperitivos. I loved this restaurant. They had angry pigeons and angry customers. Then we headed to Ponte Vecchio Bridge, which was made so the Medici family didn't have to walk with the commoners. Day 7, we started a day-long tour in which we would see many cities. Siena was the first stop. I got Italian-made loafers, Italian mission accomplished. Then we headed to Tuscany for good old Italian lunch and dessert wines. Though we tried to become accustomed to the Italian lifestyle, my dad did take his dessert wine as a shot. Before getting back on the bus, we took numerous pictures and played among the Italian Tuscan countryside. Our next stop was also known as a medieval city. It is a quaint town filled with tourists and lots of pretty porches with flowers. As general advice, steer clear of the porches with pretty flowers. Let's just say the Addams family got a piece of this tower. Okay, yeah, we climbed it. By day 8, all I had left to wear were shorts, and to my understanding, we were going to a museum, but we were actually going to a church. Thus, I got a navy gown to wear, and my sissy got a shawl. I'd say we glanced through the School of Leather in Florence before we headed to the sandwich shop my dad has been dreaming of since the day we arrived in Florence. Normally the sandwich, yeah, it's 2 times the size of this, but we split it among the family. Tensions were high. The whole family lost each other while we were shopping at Zara, so we reunited for drinks in front of the Duomo before heading to dinner at a piano bar. After our lovely dinner, my dad started filming video footage of me and my sister, not even knowing we were being recorded as we headed home from dinner. The fun ended when my dad remembered he forgot the hotel key at the restaurant. Day 9, here we come, Venice. The floating city even. We had a luxe hotel with seemingly Tempur-Pedic mattresses, and then we headed to a late lunch. And after that, we wandered around, and we found the oldest cafe in Italy. This guy opened up in 1720 and is still kicking it. Each person automatically gets charged $6 for listening to live music, so make sure to really take the music in if you ever go there. We strolled and stopped at every canal before heading to dinner and drinks, where most people just wanted to be a hater while I was being happy.
She's so pretty, give her a Bellini. One Negroni for the old man, and Mama needs her wine.
After this mess of a night, let's just move on to day 10, where my father and I got ready extraordinarily fast and brought back breakfast from a cafe for everyone. Then as we got ready, my parents played on their phones. Let me set the scene for you. You take your parents on a trip to Italy, and this is what they want to do, out of all things. My mom's dream was to ride the gondola, so we did that through the sweet little Venice canals. Then we looked for coffee, but stumbled upon a chocolatiera. Piper ate some balls, and my dad got an affogato. All I have to say is thank goodness my sister and dad found this Leaning Bell Tower when they did, or else Venice would be in ruins, let's just say that. Some notable events we participated in were paying at least €1 per person to use the restroom multiple times. We also got gelato once a day, sometimes 2. I'm gonna preface this next part by saying I know covered gelato is supposedly the best, the most favorable, but those critics have never had fantasy gelato peanut butter flavor. Peanut butter is near and dear to this family, so this place was remarkable. We had to hit it 2 times. After that, we prepared for our last night in Italy before going to dinner.
Actually surprisingly good.
On day 11, we said ta-ta to Italy. My father and I walked through hidden alleys and got some square croissants and brought some back to the others before heading on our taxi boats. We like to arrive in style, so that's what we did. Now we have to say ciao, Italy. Overall, our trip to Italy was just unforgettable. We sat down 4 times in total, and all together we drank 2 water bottles. Woo! We love Italy!